thanks for making up all those feels about me, but I'll take it. Hey everybody, thanks for coming out tonight. Hope you might have a few hiccups here and there, but hope you're having a great time. Hope the food is great. Let's give a hand up for the fabulous James. I am honored that we have come to this moment. A lot goes on behind the scenes getting to this, and this is something that we want to make a success every Black History Month. Right now we're looking to do it the first Saturday of every Black History Month. And who is we? My good friend, the Senator of Dunbar, Attorney Joe Gala. Tonight you're in for a fabulous treat as we, each year at our Black History Month Honors Concert, we honor a person in our community and make sure that we document our history. Now we're in a climate where diversity, equity, and inclusion is eliminated, but we're going to continue to stomp that out. This is diversity, equity, and inclusion at its highest level. Right, Mr. Mayor? Of course, I'm Lee Pitts, the longtime host, and I want to make sure before I move forward that I want to thank everybody in this audience, from here to far, who can hear my voice, for allowing me, through all these years, to be relatively successful. Couldn't have done it without you. And through that success, we were able to take it, parlay it, and have events like this, where my good friend, Senator Dunbar, Attorney Joe North, and I partnered to give something free to the community. So thank you very much. Little history on this and my reflection on the honorees before I bring up our next speaker is that Bishop Hassie Watkins over here in the corner and the First Lady Dr. Linda Watkins, I have had the privilege of knowing our honorees for over 30 years. And I'm so glad that I met them in very simple times. I met them before I was a relatively household name. I was pretty well known as a swimming instructor. And Hassie Watkins and he did not have Jesus Christ Outreach Center or any of those fancy things. I met him at the Stars Complex tutoring children. This is before he was what he is today. Then I met his lovely wife. They would come over, they would bring kids to the swimming program. We would stand around and talk. I just saw him as a street evangelist, right, Pastor? And he would talk to me, and I just say, I'm very impressed with him. Now, I hadn't moved in town, I wasn't in town too long. I had met his father, his brother around at the store over there. And then I came to learn a lot about the great Watkins family. The children, it's just a model of excellence. So how do we choose our person of the year? There's no big committee. There's not 100 people to sign off on it and nothing ever gets done. And you take a horse and build a camel. None of that happens. We just start running through our head. They don't have to be famous, fancy, or anything. Joe and I just have our little Sunday morning conference call. Every Sunday morning Joe and I have basically a conference call talking about what we can do to try to improve the community. And the first name Joe threw out, I said, perfect. And then Joe, of course, did not know the backstory of me knowing the Reverend all those years. Like, how do you say perfect so quick? Man, it's perfect. I've known the Reverend in humble times. He's always remained the same. And everybody that we sent an invitation, what was so beautiful, we were sending out private invitations. Everybody was coming back, oh, I can't wait to go and celebrate the Watkins. Such a great family. That warmed my heart. You guys give yourselves a hand, everybody. And so we have come to this lovely moment. And so without further ado, we're going to move the program forward. I hope the food is coming out okay. If anybody doesn't have a seat, we may have made a mistake if you don't have a seat. If y'all got an open seat at your table, raise your hand, just go take a seat. We got some people who don't have seats. If you do, we just like, it's family in here, we look like we got about 20 seats empty, and we'll keep on having a great time. Is the food okay? We got a black restaurant, cook that food. Southern Charm Bistro. This school right here, we're putting it on the map right now. Patronize this school. Utilize this dining hall. You see what it can be. Revenues that they generate by renting this dining hall for all of your events. Help this school with supplies and the children in the Franklin Park area. So put that on your map. All of you organizations who are running around spending your money over at the country clubs, taking all your money, don't care about you, give you cold chicken, don't go out and cook soul food. Bring your own chef here and cook some good soul food and have a good old time in your own community and generate economics for the school. Does that make sense? Let's do all of our events, if we can, in our own community. Boyd has a place over there, Boyd. We're going to get to you when you can hold a crowd this big, but support that. We don't have to keep going to all these other people's stuff. I digress. At this time, I'd like for everybody to stand up right quick. Just as a quick stand, good knees, good knees. Good knees, good knees. Now, please look to your left. Please look to your right. Please look in front of you. Please look behind you. At this time, I'd like to recognize all of our dignitaries in the room, and you just looked at them. Have a seat. You say, go Joe, go Joe. You know exactly what that means. That means that he's a native son. I have been having the distinct pleasure of introducing
How you doing? How you doing? Same to you.
I really have no notion.
What's up, Terry?
The senator, whom I dubbed the senator of Dunbar. That we could have a better senator running this state of the Dunbar community. We need somebody who understands us, our values, our diversity, what we like, what we don't like, and put back in the community. Who's not famous, who doesn't always know what he's doing, but most people in here have been touched by Joe North, Anita North, and the North Law Firm. We are blessed to have our own elected senator of Dunbar, Attorney Joe North. Give him a hand. Go Joe, go Joe. He runs one of the most successful law firms in the country, and he never forgot his roots right here in Dunbar. Every time Joe and I start talking about something to do, we start focusing on how we can do it in Dunbar. We're not trying to go over here in Benita, we're not trying to go to some fancy hotels, we're not right here in our community without it. That's how Joe always thinks, and that's why you see his name, football stadium, and a whole lot of other things, because he believes in it. He spent out money in our own community, hiring all these people you see him working around here are from the community, the choir is from the community. We want to celebrate our excellence on Black History. So, without it's like everybody's pretty much got a seat. So without further ado, I present to you and introduce to us the Senator of Dunbar, the famed attorney, the celebrity attorney. Go Joe. Go Joe. My best friend. That's a neat picture right there.
Thank you, Lee, for those kind words, and thank you for your vision in bringing events like this to our community. You are right when you say that you and I both have a strong interest and desire in always supporting the Dunbar community and bringing events like this so that everyone can come together like you are tonight, all beautiful, to share in this experience. And I appreciate our partnership, so thank you, Deacons. I want to give a huge thank you to everybody here tonight for coming out to help us honor and celebrate Bishop Paulson Watkins and Dr. Linda Watkins. Give them a hand. The Watkins team, and that team is not just with the bishop and the doctor, it's the entire Watkins family. And you can see them spread across this room. I see them spread there also. They have been doing it for a long time, being a leader in this community for a long time. And I just want to give you just a glimpse through my eyes of who they are. I think we all have some relationship with them, but I just want to tell you what they mean to me and how I see them. And I'm going to do that through 2 or 3 stories that I'm going to share with you. The first is that the Watkins team, they've been feeding us for a very long time. What do you mean by that, Joe? What do you mean they've been feeding us? Well, as I look across this room, I see a lot of people who have been in Fort Myers and in Dunbar a very long time, just like me. I'm a lifelong resident. So by a show, I say me too. So by a show of hands, who remembers Watkins Grocery, home of the what? Home of the soul band. That goes back to when I was a kid. And at the time, I just looked at it as they were feeding us with food. The soul band had a variety of meats. Everything from seasoning meats to meats for the main meal. And he fed all of us, and people would come from far and wide to get the soul band. And as a kid, I just thought that they were feeding us physical food. And then as I grew up, I became an adult, I became more spiritual. I realized that Bishop and Dr. Watkins fed us a lot more than spiritual food. I mean, a lot more than physical food, but they also fed us and continue to feed us spiritual food through Love by the Gala. They have been feeding our souls. And it's just amazing to me how it all comes together, you know, soul band, Love by the Gala, you know, spiritual, everything is about the soul. And that's what they have been feeding me and pretty much all of us over the years. And that's why I actually call it the spiritual soul band. Another story I want to tell you about, though, is a story of faith. The campus of Jesus Christ Outreach Center, which is at 4050 Ballard Road, that building was not always there. There was a time when it was just a vacant land, sometimes overgrown. But the Watkins had faith that one day that land would be the home to their church, Jesus Christ Outreach Center. They didn't know how, they didn't know when, but they had faith that it would happen. So what Bishop Watkins would do is go out there whether it be every week or every other week, but he would mow the grass, even though they didn't own that land. And he did that continuously, repeatedly, time and time again. Because he had faith that one day that land would be theirs and they could build a church. Well, one day, when he was out there diligently mowing that grass, the owner of the property stopped by. He said, "Why are you mowing this grass? You don't even own it." And Dr. Watkins and Bishop Watkins, they shared their faith, the story that I just talked to you about. And the guy that they were talking to, I think it was, and they may correct me when I get up there, but I think it was their mother who had owned that land. And he told them his story. And his story was that his mother had always dreamed that a church would be on that property. Long story short, that one day happened for them. And that property was deeded over to Bishop Watkins, Dr. Watkins, and JCOC to have the facilities that we all know today as Jesus Christ Outreach Center on Battle. So all I have to say about that is this: won't he do it? So the last story that I have to share with you guys is this. At JCOC, Jesus Christ Outreach Center, we don't always have a printed program for our services. In fact, we don't have a printed program for our services. We go where we speed, we got spirit leads us. Most times it's in the same order, but not always. But I remember a few years ago, we were enjoying ourselves through the praise and worship and through the message received. And we were about to do the benediction. And somebody leaned in to Bishop Watkins and said, "We haven't taken up collection yet." But that showed me then and there what's important to him. It was all about saving souls. And I'm forever remembering that because, again, it's the ultimate soul bag, giving love by the Gala. That's who they are. There's one more thing that I want to say before I take my seat, and that is I want to personally thank you, Bishop, thank you, Dr. Watkins, for everything that you've done for me and my family. How you've always prayed for us, prayed for me, my family, my law firm. You've taught me the value of praise and worship. And I can say without a doubt, whenever you and I talk on the telephone, you don't let me get off the phone without praying for me. And I truly, truly appreciate that. And I also thank you for your goodness and your consideration during the time that my mom was ill, and also during the time that you conducted and performed her homegoing service. Those times will be very dear to me for the rest of my life. So I thank you guys. Before I bring y'all up though, I'm going to take my seat for a moment because Dr. Ronald James and the Fabulous James Sisters, they have a song that they want to play for you. But of course, Lee Hicks is always messing things up. He's my older brother. So I can say this too. Lee Hicks, he always keeps me on the right track. He's been doing that for over 30 years, and I appreciate him for that. So before the band does a special song for my pastors, we're going to bring up the principal of this great school, Dr. Mia German to tell you a little bit about what she's doing over here, a little bit about herself. Because nothing's happening. Mia German.
Let's give Attorney Joe North, the senator of our It's hard to get Dr. German. Where's Dr. German?
Oh, he gone.
Is she right there? She knows how to come through all the fancy stuff in the back. And then after Dr. German, we just want you to see who is the principal here. Dr. Mia German, she's a dynamite. Give her a hand. And what we want to do as a community, we want to do everything to support this school. It's a multi-million-dollar establishment here. Out here is a state-of-the-art facility, and get involved and come over and talk to the kids, donate, do whatever you do. But I think the most that you want from people is their time, like come over and spend time with the children. Say a few words. The principal of Franklin Park Elementary School, Mia German.
Thank you everybody for being here. So I'm talking to my people, I'm working on the AC, I'm working on the mic. This is our very first time hosting an event this size. So we're working out the kinks, but we're working. So thank you so much for being here. I am very much the proud principal of Franklin Park Elementary School. Great things are happening here. We have an amazing staff. We have kids who are talented, they are smart, they are street smart, they are creative, and they are just a joy to be around. I will say that we can't do it without you. Our staff here, our shoulders are heavy because we love hard, love, because we want the best for them. And we know that they can do it. On February 18th, we have an Impact Franklin Park community event coming up. I want to see everybody out here. Information will be coming out. But thank you so much for always supporting Franklin Park. We always feel the love. Whether you're alumni here or past student, a teacher, we always feel the love. And just know that we can't do it without you. Continue to keep us lifted up in prayer because we know prayer changes things. Franklin Park is roaring to excellence and we are on our way to be an A school. Mark on.
Thank you very much. That's all the club. So everybody go out and spread the rumors. Rumors do not necessarily always have to be bad. Go spread the good rumor about what's happening here in our community at Franklin Park Elementary School. You just met the leader. Give her another hand. And who is the handsome guy with the handlebar mustache over there? Is that the chief? Chief, are we doing okay? All right, we safe? Everything safe? All right, Phi Beta, Sigma. Now we move to the part that Carl Burnside would really like. Some more music, and then we'll meet our wonderful honorees. Let's turn it over to the fabulous James sister. This is the pastor's favorite song.
Lord, do it for me. Lord, if you don't do it, it just won't be done. Oh, Lord, do it for me. Lord, fix it for me. Will you fix it for me? Lord, I have a problem that don't do it. It can't walk